Thank you. We made it. We made it. We're here. We made it. Against all odds, we're here. Thank you so much for coming. You've really made my day. Thank you, all of you. Didn't think it was going to happen for a while, but we got there eventually. There are a few thank yous I would like to say. We've been through quite a challenging time. Keeping a society together, especially when it's a charitable organisation and everybody who works for it is a volunteer. The fact that we've come out the other side probably perhaps even stronger than we were in March is down to a number of people, and I think it's really important that I publicly acknowledge them, so please bear with me just for a moment. First of all, our journal editor, Karen. She's not here today, unfortunately. She's still back in Wales. She has done the most amazing job. I hope you agree that with the journals that you've been receiving. She's been doing that under lockdown while being a university lecturer. It has been extremely stressful, but she's kept going, and she really does deserve thanks. There's people on the committee who basically, if they weren't here, we wouldn't be here anymore, because they've just kept going and going and going and never stopped. This is a full-time job for us, as well as our actual lives. So I would like to thank our chairman, Tony. I'd like to thank Dee Tolfrey, who single-handedly kept us together during lockdown when we couldn't get access to the museum, we couldn't get access to the offices, we couldn't do it. Dee carried us forward. I was still living up in North Yorkshire. I couldn't get down here. If it wasn't for Dee, I think we probably would have collapsed, quite frankly. Faisal has kept going with his educational support in schools, regardless of lockdown. He's been doing so many things online. It's been wonderful, and the students have really enjoyed it. He's managed to keep that going. Andy Worth, he's our sound man, but he's not just our sound man. He's from Keep 106 Radio. Him and people like him have managed to keep this afloat and keep promoting us for free off their own bat. They don't have to, but they have. In fact, his wife, Sue, has also done poetry workshops online, and she has managed to get people to write poetry who never thought they ever would. Specifically in this time, this day and age. It's really brought people together in new and interesting ways. Miranda Woodgate and the whole Dorchester Heritage team. I don't know if anybody came to the Open Heritage Day last month. It was amazing. Again, all done for free by volunteers. And there was a huge hardy emphasis there, as you can imagine. Without things like that, we wouldn't still be here. And then, of course, there's Paul from Hendover Cafe. He's done all of the catering, and he has really adhered strictly to all COVID regulations. So there will be rules. I'm about to read them out, but thank you, Paul, for helping us. Without you, we wouldn't have been able to have the day to start with. And the United Church staff. As you know, we were supposed to be in the Corn Exchange. We got kicked out because they're closed. But here, they said, have our hall instead. So thank you to the church. Right, that's the thank yous aside. You will all have found a tiny wee slip of paper on your chair. And it says, what question would you like to ask? The round table session, at the end of the day, we're discussing Trumpet Major, Major or Minor. And because I can't, in this day and age, run around with a microphone to you all, if you would like to take part, there's a box here. Just write on your slip of paper and then hand it in, and I'll read them out at the round table. The study day is not being filmed, much to many people's consternation, but it is being recorded vocally, and a preface of each paper will be uploaded onto the website and across social media for anybody who wants it, and for those who weren't able to come today. The next study day, 10th of April, to be advised as to venue. Can't tell you where yet. It could be one of 3 places, but it will be on Tess of the D'Urbervilles. So I hope you can all make it. I hope we can have it. And just before Faisal gives his talk, can I please ask our chairman, Tony, he's just going to say a couple of words about the big stand walk that is happening tomorrow.
Actually, it's something else I was going to mention, because somebody queried it. This programme was obviously no good because of all the COVID business, but the London lecture unfortunately won't be taking place in London because Bert Becker are only doing things online, but it is taking place in Dorchester, but the date has been changed. It's Saturday the 28th of November in the United Church here, in the actual church part there. Yeah, Hugh Epstein will be lecturing then at 10:30 on Saturday the 28th of November. Again, like this, you have to book online through Eventbrite, but because there's the gallery as well, there's room for 45 people there. Tomorrow's walk, well, it's been on the programme. I know some of you are already registered on it. We're allowed up to 30 on a walk, and there's still a few places left. We're basically starting at Hardy Statue at 10 o'clock in the morning, because the clock's changed tonight, as most of you probably know. And we're going across the Water Meadows to Stinsford, which we're going on the edge of the development there. This is this proposed new town north of Dorchester. And most of which is actually in Stinsford Parish. And then we're going through Kingston Moorwood. We're going to cross the A35 with some difficulty. Just to let you know that the development is going as far as that, out of Dorchester, well, that's the proposal. Then we're going up the hills a bit on a seldom used bridleway, which brings us up to the Ridgeway. And then we're going to Fiddler's Green, which is the setting of the Three Wayfarers, and then coming back down the hill into Dorchester. But it gives us a very good circle round all the places that will be affected by the development, and you'll see what lovely countryside it is. But if anybody hasn't booked for it and wants to come, I'm afraid the forecast is rain as usual, but it should be a nice walk. But I'm quite pleased, the first time that I know of you actually started a walk from Hardy Statue, so I think that's a good starting place. Anyway, I hope to see some of you there, or we'll see some of you there.